Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? I am Squeetee, usual guy, do my stuff. Tonight we're going to watch a Ashes of Creation live stream. They're going to preview Caravan demo, which is going to be a huge integral part of the game. We're going to watch the whole video. The whole video is 1:48 supposedly, so we'll see how this goes. Let me know if the sound is good. Let me know if there's any problems at all. For some reason, Streamlabs decided it was going to stream to my personal Facebook instead of my gaming profile one, so that's always great. I should probably put this up too so people know where to find me. And, the usual fun stuff happens all the time when I don't stream a lot. Settings change abruptly and I don't know what's going on. But hey, that's how it goes. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. You can find me more at squeetee.com, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I got a Hox, or whatever you term it is. Some things I'm doing. So I manufactured, if you're into Gundam, great stuff. I manufactured or had printed up or whatever. I should have probably pre-separated all of these things. I'm producing stickers now to sell on my own shop. Oh, I just dropped half of them. So we got some shiny stickers. I got like mobile suit heads. I got these little cartoon guys. I got all this stuff. So if you're into Gundam and you want some stickers and whatever, I'm just hawking them, trying to get some interest. I've actually had a couple sales already. You can find me on Etsy, Squeetee Shop, or you can go to my website, squeetee.com. You'll go to my Square website or shop, and they don't take a lot of fees out, so I think they steal us, in my opinion. But hey, if you want to go get some stuff, I got flags up there. I got big game pads I just put up as well. I think the prices are pretty fair. Check it out. You don't want it, you don't want it. If not, buy something. It's my way of making money off of this YouTube stuff. It's selling quality 3-inch holographic stickers. So, anyways, I'm done with that. Let's get in the video. It's gonna be an hour and 15 minutes one. Tell me if the sound is all messed up because I will be commenting over this. And blah blah blah. Hopefully I don't get a work call.
Boo.
Welcome.
She's dressed up as a princess. Why is she using her deep voice?
October
Whatever.
Ashes of Creation development update. We hope that you all have been having a wonderful month. As you can see, we are.
And I am a day late on this. This did come out on Halloween,
Ooh,
so
I love your costume.
you know,
Who?
I
it
feel
is
like
what
you
it
can't
is. I have a
see
kid. I'm
it
just busy.
because I realized after I was like, I don't think you can see it from this angle. But it's a whole thing.
Oh, it looks great. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Which princess are you?
I don't know. Who do you think I am, Steven?
Honestly, I'm terrible with Disney princesses. I don't know. Is it
All right,
Ariel?
chat. Tell him who. Ariel.
I didn't know.
It's the hair.
Belle. John said Belle. It's
Yes,
Belle.
it is
Which
Belle.
one's Belle? What movie is that one?
I like that you're like, which movie is
No,
one?
seriously,
Steven?
I don't
Like
remember
the chat
which
is
one
hilarious.
Belle is. Which is
He doesn't
Belle
know.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes,
Oh, Beauty
Belle,
and
Beauty
the
and the
Beast.
Beast.
There we go.
Oh my
Why is it
goodness.
so
Is that the
dark
Disney
on that
song you're going to
screen?
sing for Extra Life this year?
Ooh, I don't know yet. Do you know what you're gonna do?
I don't know what I'm.
People really want us to do for the duet. They want us to do the Tangled song.
Ooh, I don't know that. Is
Yeah.
there like a Star Wars song? That's Disney too, technically.
We just go. We just start like humming.
Oh man.
Oh my
Why
gosh.
is this so
Wait,
dark?
John's in costume too. You should
Oh
take a
yeah,
look
yeah.
at
Come
John.
get it. Come get on the camera, John.
Come take a look. No, where's John at? I don't know.
He's
trying to
he's
edit
being
this
shy.
video
Come
while
over
I'm
here. Come here. No, you're good. Come take a look.
watching
Show people
this.
your costume. John and I were Star Wars costumes from Rogue One. He's the commander, and I am the
Dude, sick. He's got the cape.
Show him your.
I got
show
a
him your
cape
hat.
too.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I got a
love
cape
it.
too, but it's too warm to wear a cape. I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
oh,
I'm
wrong way.
burning up in this thing right now.
I feel like
took
I
off
would-
I took off the legs.
Oh, so
actually.
bright.
I just walked around the office shot my blaster at some of the developers, made sure that they're hard at work, and then came back.
Oh well, I'm not gonna play with this. If it's dark, it's
Like a true
dark.
tyrant. No, I'm just
Like a
kidding.
true Empire stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I doubt we're gonna
Get to
miss any
work.
quality here
Oh,
by
no.
a dark
Or we'll
screen.
put you out the airlock, right?
We're gonna...
I wonder if I could.
Anyways, we have a long one for you all
They're gonna make
again.
me
So
fix this while
a
I'm
little
watching.
bit of buckling up. Hopefully everybody brought their snacks. But of course, this is our October development update. As you can see down below, we're going to have some reminders, a little bit more reminders than normal. As you know, October, leading into November, we have a lot of stuff. We have a Caravan preview. Some of you have seen some of our Caravan stuff in the past. You're going to see a full run through from one place to
Oh
another
my
with a
gosh.
Caravan. So
That Caravan stuff you saw in the past, this puts that to shame. The team has been hard at work, and we got almost an hour-long showcase today. Well, it was like 45, 50
45
minutes or
minutes,
something.
yeah.
45 minutes showing you the
Why is it so
full
laggy?
end loop from collecting
All right.
resources in the world to buying cargo and shipping that cargo to a nearby node and collecting the reward
Oh,
for
I'm
it,
not
the
gonna play with it.
drivability
It'll
of the
just be
caravans.
dark.
It is truly the caravan system, and there has been a lot of people that have put a lot of work into the caravans because, as you guys know, caravans as a system touch a lot of other systems, from hunting and combat to the
Oh, that's true.
economy, the resources that are possible, the node system and the caravansary. It's a separate vehicle with its own components.
It is a lot
and
of stuff.
stats.
It's got a lot of
It is a complex system.
components to it.
Probably one of the more complex systems that we've actually shown on stream. So it's going to be exciting, and I had a lot of fun recording it.
Awesome. It seemed like y'all were having fun. There's a lot of banter. Caravans are slow, so you got to have a good crew to hang out with to keep you entertained. And also, we'll talk a little bit about studio update. We know there's been a lot of layoffs and stuff, so we have, we just
Yeah, but you didn't play anyone off. You're actually hiring
It'll be a
people.
short one today because I know we've already got you all for
I think
a long
Bungie just
time
fired
for
100
stuff.
people.
And then a Q&A from folks. But before we get into all of that, we do have our spotlight.
Oh, I know why my thing is
Comment from
dark.
YouTube. If you don't know already, you can on our development update, the full video, you can leave a comment, make sure that you're subscribed and that it's available for us to see that you're subscribed, and your comment could be selected. So today's one is from Kepri01, and they would like to know, might be too early for this question, but yeah, I think that you didn't put the whole question in there, but what's your overall philosophy towards leveling? As in, is it just a means to get to the end game, or would you prefer the leveling experience to be an epic adventure onto itself? They go on to say, World of Warcraft, for example, has so much dev time put into leveling quests, but your average new player doesn't get to experience 90% of it because of how streamlined they've made the process to get players to end game faster for things such as raiding. Sure, you can level alts in weeks instead of months now, but it made the game feel like less of an adventure and more of a chore. Other than that, love watching these videos. Hope I can get into Alpha 2. And Capri, definitely tune into our Extra Life stuff because we might be doing some giveaways.
Oh, you will be doing
talk a little bit
giveaways.
about that, Steven.
Yeah, this is well. First, let me address the question. This is a big question. Actually it's kind of like a half-half. It's a half question, half statement. On the first part is, would you like the leveling experience to be an adventure? Yes, I think obviously, leveling, the act of going out and adventuring, of killing monsters and combat in general, is the most tactile and moment-to-moment type of gameplay that you're going to experience.
I can never tell if it's my
creation, and I think
computer's the issue or if the recording is all choppy. Because the audio keeps playing fine.
And it should be something that you enjoy doing, and it should be something that's rewarding.
They said September.
That teaches you more about the immersive world that you're in, and allows you to follow a compelling storyline. I think obviously, the way we're building Ash's creation is to provide that.
Someone in chat. Oh, she put it back.
I think the complexity of what this question / statement is pointing out is that some games, and this comment uses WoW as an example.
There we go.
Some games have been around for a very long time, and one of the biggest components of an MMORPG is the social aspect of the game. And when
Mark,
you've
if
been
you don't need
around
to make
for,
it too
20 years
flashy,
or
just
15 years, like some of these other games have,
change
the
it. There,
majority of the
leave it.
player base lives at the end of that adventuring loop, and they're participating in highly repeatable
So it keeps going
types of
back.
content, whether it be late game dungeon raids or arena systems, or whatever. And as a player who's starting out in those games, you want to be in that social environment. So they're kind of a little bit of a catch-22 because they have the content that they've created for that level progression, but the player base doesn't exist within those content loops. They exist in the later part of it.
True.
So they have to provide, obviously, a method by which players can relatively quickly reach that social dynamic, which is what makes an MMO an MMO. Now, that doesn't mean, obviously, that they didn't spend a lot of time towards curating an experience that's fun and engaging and, shows the world off. It is our intent and desire to do that. One of the ways that we mitigate the kind of quote unquote end game mentality is we provide a number of different progression loops that are not all predicated on your adventuring level, which means that you can do things that impact the world without necessarily needing to be at the late game in the adventuring level.
I like that a lot.
And so that that provides a number of strategically
Let's see
relevant
if I can
decisions
fix
that the
this
player gets to make about the systems
display
they
really
choose to
quick.
engage with the time that they have, and how those
Window
systems are
capture.
intricately designed to affect other progression loops within Ashes of Creation. So I hope that answers your question.
It was a long answer.
I know, I'm sorry.
Next up, no, it's good. I think people want you to spend time on their question.
Yeah.
Our next thing to note is Extra Life. We are doing Extra Life again. This is our 7th annual Extra Life. We always enjoy it, and it helps our local hospital, Rady Children's Hospital, which Stephen and I and a few of our other crew got to check out.
I always like
a
their
tour
Extra
of the
Life.
actual hospital, which was
fun.
really, really cool. And it actually inspired the giveaway cosmetic that we're going to be doing this year, which is Keeper of the Kelp, which we will have a reveal of on the live stream. So you'll definitely want to tune into that on Saturday. It'll be at the opening. And of course, we'll share it everywhere else. But we do have
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We do have a pregame before that on Friday. That's going to start at 3 p.m. Pacific and go till 10 p.m. Pacific. There's going to be a whole slew of virtual games, so come hang out. It's going to be a ton of our developers just playing and having fun and just having a really good time and raising money for the kids at Rady Children's Hospital through Extra Life. On Saturday and Sunday, we have a really long stream for you. We say it's 24 hours, but it's more like 25 or 26 the way that we run it, and also because daylight savings time takes effect as well. But for ease, we just do 10 a.m. November 4th to 10 a.m. November 5th. So we hope that you'll tune in. We'll have a Pathfinder game that we're going to be playing in the setting of Ashes of Creation, and the community actually created the characters for the campaign, which is really cool.
I didn't know they were doing this until
and with basically 2,000 words per
the
submission,
day after it
took
was
us
over.
a while to get through them. But we have notified
I didn't know you can
winners,
make your own
they should have
character.
gotten an email from us. So if you are somebody who submitted them, make sure you check your email. But I believe most folks have gotten back to us. We also have a whole bunch of other things that you can get in reward or for donating. Obviously, if you head to bit.ly/2023 AOC Extra Life, you can find all the details over there. Also, it's over on our news
I would
post
like to make a character. I don't like to write, but I would have done it.
But we are going to be giving for the top 2 donors segment. We will be providing a 2023 Intrepid Extra Life bundle, which will include the non-exclusive cosmetic item, the Alpha 2 access, and 1 random board game from our selection. And we'll show those on our stream.
Non-exclusive
stay tuned
cosmetic. What if I already
We'll be
have
doing those at
cosmetic?
each segment, and those segments are going to be on November 4th at 2 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. Pacific, and then November 5th at 12 a.m. before daylight savings time, and 5 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Pacific. We're going to stick to those times. We will probably talk a little bit about the winners in our breaks, at our milestone breaks, but those times will be locked in, and the people running donation trackers will be contacting people through that time frame. We also have our top team on the Intrepid Studios Extra Life team. So you can actually join our team, and also a top donor overall for the Ashes of Creation Extra Life campaign. So there's 2 campaigns. One is the team, and one is our campaign that we're running on our side. And by November 7th, 2023 at 10 a.m. Pacific, we will be looking at the top ones for those, and they will be getting a 2023 Intrepid Extra Life Top Supporter Bundle, which is similar to what I just noted before, but you also get the cosmetic, Alpha 2 access, and a bundle of 10 Alpha 2 codes that you can give away to your friends, family, viewers, or personal, whatever you would like to do with them. And you can, minus selling them, don't do that. And
Do
personalize
they know
thank
that
you
they're
video from
this
Steven
free and stuff
himself.
only?
And any team that raises $250 or more on our Intrepid Studios team will be put into a raffle by November 7th, 2023 at 10 a.m. And we will be drawing 3 winners who will be getting our
And
Extra Life Supporter Bundle. And that will give you the non-exclusive pet, the Alpha 2 access, a
non-exclusive
bundle
pet.
of 10
That,
Alpha 2
well,
codes,
that's
again,
fine.
to give away. And then also your choice of an Elgato Wave 3 and a Wave Pop filter,
Oh,
or a Stream Deck MK2. So, and that
all
is
right.
worth about $150
I
in
can't fix
value.
this weird
So
dark
lots of really
stuff
goodies,
until
lots of good goodies.
after the
And on
stream. I
top
don't
of
want to
that,
crash it.
there's tons of ways that you can donate and affect the game, so you can actually affect the live game. And during our
Which is
Minecraft
cool.
building segment, you can also affect the game there, which is really, really fun. They outdid themselves this year. The map for the Minecraft stuff is insane. The rules that we changed are really cool, and the ways that you can donate and affect the games are going to be a lot of fun. So we hope that you all tune in.
How many Alpha 2 keys are we planning to give out, or could be given out, depending on the milestones, for this year?
That's a good
I
question.
think
For
it's
this
like
live stream,
250 or something, or it might be more than that.
almost
200.
nearly 250 Alpha 2 keys are possible.
I'm
during
going
this,
for one just for the hell of
Extra
it.
Live stream. And let me just say something, and feel free, you
It might
guys
be
out
more
there.
than that. Someone maybe do the math.
Okay.
One of
Well,
them.
feel free to
That's a
quit
lot
this
of
segment,
keys.
but I just wanted to say that this is our 7th year doing Extra Life. It is a truly remarkable um, event that is thrown in support and in effort for children's hospitals around the United States, around the world, I believe, actually. And we have a truly phenomenal children's hospital here in San Diego called Rady's Children's Hospital that we've been supporting with you guys in our community
It's going to be.
for the past now almost 7 years. And we have
Wow,
raised over $250,000 for this
that's a lot of
hospital
money.
as a community, which is unheard of, especially being still in development.
That's
And
true.
we had an awesome opportunity to go and tour the hospital and to meet with their charitable coordinator, Kiara. And
Actually,
you'll
I got
see
an
from
idea.
her
Let me see if I
during
can fix this.
this Friday and Saturday.
Sorry if it
But
flashes a lot.
I would encourage everyone in our community
Graphics.
to come and participate by just showing up, and having
My
some
second
fun with us, the
GPU just only
developers,
appeared in my
for Ashes
stream,
of
and it hasn't
Creation,
worked
as
for
we
like
play
3
through
months.
a Pathfinder campaign similar to
God,
D&D,
why?
in the world of Vera, and you get to learn a little bit of lore, a little bit of story, watch us act crazy, and have some fun. And if you feel that you want to donate to the Children's Hospital, by all means do. If not, that's totally fine. We're just going to have a fun time. So we want to invite
What
all
did
of
I
you to
do?
join us. It's this Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And it has always been nothing short of extraordinary each of the times we've done this thing. So super
We
excited
rented a
for it.
dunk tank, so
Absolutely. The dunk tank is going to be great.
yeah. And this year we assigned people milestones, so it won't be like who's going to be doing this one. It's very clear who's doing what for when we hit milestones. So when we have our milestone breaks, everything's a little bit more organized than, every year we try to make it better. But it is going to be a ton of fun. So please come hang out with us. It's for a great cause.
It'd be
And
cool. I'm gonna watch it. I might
course,
stream with
it's
them.
going to be good times.
I'm not gonna get money
Exciting.
though.
Beyond that, we have more.
More.
More. We do have a couple dev discussions for you all to partake in, and
Basic
they're still up.
attacks.
So we have a basic attacks one, which is how important is it to you to have basic attacks be part of your combat rotation?
Very,
Do
very
you enjoy
important.
using your skills and abilities in between auto attacks, or are you having the most fun when basic attacks are less important to how much damage you're doing? And I think a lot of this, we have polar opinions in regards to it. So
I'm sure you do.
Curious to see how that report will play out. We also have our discussion regarding spawn retimes. Spawn timers. There we go. I don't know why I'm saying spawn retimes. How predictable do you like the spawn rate for general and rare mobs in open world dungeons and raid settings? Which games do you feel have done this well? And what did you feel was good about respawn times for mobs? So kind of think to your dungeon crawling, what was best for you, and how you prefer to see that stuff work. We would love to have your feedback. We always try to take everything into account and send those reports to our developers, which is super duper appreciated. And last but not least, we just want to remind you that the Unseen Order cosmetics will end on January 17th, 2024 at 11 a.m. Pacific. This is our last pack with an FAQ. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out on our news site. And just want to give people enough notice for that. And with that, I think we're on to our Caravan update.
Ooh,
this is what I'm excited about.
Let me
this is what I've been
a
waiting
little bit here. As always, I must disclaim that we are still a work in progress. That means that we are building towards our Alpha 2. And our alphas are real alphas. They are not fake alphas, meaning they are not a completed game that's being ported over into a new territory from a publishing perspective.
That's true.
So we are actively in development of Ashes of Creation. Alpha 2 has not begun yet. We have announced that it will next year. And that means that things like visual effects and our UI are still very works in progress, along with any potential bugs, optimization, and performance. Those are cycles that we have not dedicated a considerable amount of time to yet, as we are still in the active development of our features and core systems. So with that being said, this particular live stream has seen a great deal of work from the team. In particular, I want to give some shout outs to Michael Brady, to Kyle, to Chris Justo, and to Hal. There's a lot of names that have participated in bringing this together, and this is a very complicated system. As I said, it intersects a lot of other systems, and that's what makes it complicated, in addition to the game mode being focused around a vehicle.
Okay, I think I got some better color.
That is unique with regards to the types of components that it can yield, as well as being a stat-driven type vehicle. So there's a lot of complexity here, and a lot of hard work has gone into it. It is
I've been waiting.
This particular system.
How long have I been streaming for already? Almost half an hour? Come on.
But I think you guys are going to enjoy it, and it was
Steven,
to record.
Provide.
So enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream from the world of Vera, and we have an exciting stream for you today. We are going to be talking about the Caravan system, the Ashes of Creation, and it has been a little while since you guys have been able to see a Caravan. Actually, I believe since Alpha 1. But there has been a lot of work that has been put into Caravan since then, and I would like to introduce some of our absolute stellar developers who helped bring the new Caravan system for Alpha 2 to life. They are one of our regulars, senior designer, Mr. Chris Justo. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing wonderfully. How are you doing, Steven?
I am doing swell. It is Monday, the day before Halloween. We've got Extra Life coming up in just 5 days, where we're going to be up straight for 24 hours, or actually a lot more than 24 hours. That's going to be crazy. But I am doing swell. Sorry, this is a long-winded answer.
I like that map in the background here.
I love it.
Sorry,
we also have another regular on the stream. The man between two ferns, being combat design and systems design.
Oh, but
Our glorious
what does he mean by
designer,
that?
Dr. Bucky. Bucky, how are you doing, sir?
Hello, I'm doing well. I'm ready to move some cargo.
Ooh, some cargo. Cargo. Actually, this is the first time I think the community has heard it referred to as cargo, but cargo is the official name of supplies that are transited by caravans.
And ships.
And ships, that's right.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Very nice. Well, happy to have you, Bucky. We also have joining us the stellar, extraordinary environment artist, Hal, who built all things caravans in this live stream. Hal, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah, I had a lot of help from a lot of different disciplines. So it's not just me, I promise.
His level's 25 though
Hal's
at the
being
bottom.
very modest, but
That's new.
obviously bringing together a system like this requires a lot of effort from a lot of people. But Hal specifically modeled, I thought, what is a glorious
Aw.
Kalar caravan, the default Kalar caravan, which players are about to see in a little bit. So awesome job there, Hal. Happy to have you here.
Aw, happy
And
to be
then
here.
we have joining us an unfamiliar role on our live streams, but a role nonetheless, an integral one of keeping all the pieces moving in a non-chaotic and somewhat orderly fashion. One of our glorious producers, Mr. Nathan Moore. Nathan, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm so excited. Excited to go drifting around some corners, drop off some goods, make a ton of money. It's going to be a good day.
Drifting around some corners?
It is
What is
gonna be a
it?
good
Fast
day.
and Furious where they're stealing
Now,
VHS
speaking
players?
of a good day, we are in a default building for nodes. Is that correct, Chris?
This is a default building in the node, meaning it comes with the node when it reaches level 3.
Very cool. Okay, so this is
Landendorf?
hunting
Whose
lodge,
name is
the
that?
Hunter's Lodge. And I see that there is a particular vendor of note in this fine abode, a commodity vendor. Tell me what exactly the commodity vendor does.
Well, he does kind of what his name says. He sells commodities, which, as alluded to previously, is a form of cargo that is transited by caravans. But before we talk to him, I'd like you to open up your inventory and we can talk a little bit about what you're going to spend to get that cargo.
Ooh. I'm assuming I need to be on my materials page because the inventory, even though I have 1,000 gold, might not really help me here.
No, your gold will not help you. So if it looks like you're hovering over an item we call glint, comes in a few different rarities.
Glowing
It was
glint.
formerly known as the monster certificates, but we have rebranded them.
All right, now that is a reveal. So those of you in
What?
the audience who remembers what monster certificates were, glint is now the name of the monster certificate system. And glint serves a very integral role in the economy within Ashes of Creation.
How
It
so?
is a material substance that is acquired through various means, but primarily hunting different antagonists within the world. And it is the physical form of essence within the beasts of Vera.
So shouldn't it be
So,
called Essence?
When you acquire this, it is bound to your character. And that is a very important component of the economic systems here because glint will be used to pay for certain services such as taxation for buildings that you have or citizenship dues that are necessary. But within the context of today's
So
demonstration,
there's 5
we'll be
tiers
talking about
of
glint as a
glint.
currency to acquire commodities. And Bucky, talk to me a little bit about the importance of commodities.
Yeah, so commodities, player commodities specifically, is one of the main ways players can make money, or gold in Vera. And different nodes will sell different commodities at different prices. So the way you make money is you can either, sell your glint directly to the commodity vendor and just make some quick money at the node, or the most profitable way to do it is to buy some player commodities and then transit them to other nodes where they're going to be sold for higher prices. And the side effect is that you have increased risk in doing so.
Very cool. So, Glint allows us direct access to acquire these commodities that service the risk versus reward philosophy of transiting goods around the world, because the caravan system, which carries, and I'm going to go to the cargo section, these commodities available at this particular node. Let's see if I can purchase this. Okay, I see it cost a rather good amount of glint on that one. And grab some of the Everburn Scented, a case of Kalar, wooden soldiers. Those are toys, I assume. That's cool. And some aged Alan whiskey barrel. Are these like G.I. Joes, like Kalar versions of the G.I. Joes?
They are, in fact.
That is super cool. Okay. So I have acquired a number of these commodities that are unique to this particular biome and or node. And now I have an option, Chris. I can either sell the commodities back to a vendor in exchange for gold, or I can load them up and take them elsewhere. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah, so you, as you mentioned, you can sell it back for around the cost you bought them for in terms of the glint to gold conversion, but you could
I don't like
putting them
this.
in a caravan and taking them to another node, because that will increase the value based on the node you take it to, how far away that node is, and how many of that commodity has been sold at that node over the last 7 days.
Got it.
I don't
Now,
like this.
what types of exchange are possible ratio-wise for taking this amount of cargo? Right now I can get 150, it looks like, gold and 50 silver on this salt-cured meat shipment. What type of multiple can I get if I take it to another node?
Also, again, that's going to vary based on turn-in rates at that node, but we're probably looking at the node we're taking it to being around 8 gold for that.
Wow, that's huge. And that node is only actually the closest one to here. Is that
Correct.
right?
Now, that is correct. Now,
But
typically at launch, we're obviously gonna have to balance these numbers a lot more as the world keeps getting bigger.
Yes. Well, actually, thank you, Chris. Thank you for that cue, because as we have said many times before, and you shall hear now once again, the most important disclaimer you will hear in this live stream is that everything you see today
I don't
is
know
a work
about
in
this.
progress towards our Alpha 2 testing environment, which means that the art gets better, particularly as it relates to our UI and our visual effects. So keep everything you're seeing with a grain of salt. If this is the first time you've seen Ashes of Creation and heard that particular disclaimer, you can take a look at streams from many, many ages ago and see the difference between today and then. All right, so I have arrived at a building that you guys did see during our nodes demonstration. This is the Caravansary, which is also a default building in addition to the hunting lodge. Is that correct, Chris?
It is, in fact, and this is where you're gonna do all
So
your caravanning.
you loot glint,
Exciting. Okay, now I don't
take
have
it to a vendor,
obviously, because
give it to him, or in
just the
exchange
Lone
for
Ranger
goods,
out
and then
in
you
the
can just sell the goods right
wilds
back
trying
to
to
him
find my
for
way
a certain
here.
amount of money.
Well, this
So-
gentleman,
Or
the
you
caravan master,
transport
can
them
help you acquire one.
With the caravan to
master.
another
All right, I see. Oh,
place,
All right, he has
another node, and sell it for more.
thing here. I see my storage. Let me go to my materials section. I have some cargo available, but I do not see. It says no caravans currently available for me. That's sad.
Yep, so at the top left there, you're going to be able to purchase a caravan.
Okay, so here I see it says purchase, and I'm assuming this means that I can not only purchase the caravan, but also the stall within which the caravan resides.
Yep. So
That costs
purchasing a
2 gold.
caravan will unlock that stall as well and put a
So,
default caravan
if
in
this
it.
was a
All right,
dollar,
let me
oops, sorry.
go ahead
If
and
that
purchase
meat
here.
box was $1.53,
We have our
but it
caravan,
says
looks
8
like, with a
gold
number
at the
of
other place,
considerable and formidable stats, I might add.
you're losing 2 for the
available to
caravan.
it. But these stats
I
could
don't-
be improved, could they not, Bucky?
Yeah, so caravans have these items within them called components, and those kind of act like the gear on the caravan. So they can modify their stats, grant them passive and even active abilities. So
I don't know.
if you upgrade your components, you can get more powerful caravans.
I see. And just looking at this basic caravan, it only has a capacity for 1x2 cargo. That's relatively unfortunate because that doesn't seem like a lot for my time. But I assume if I were to perhaps equip this carriage in its place, nope, that didn't do anything. Let's
think it's
try
the body.
the reinforced chassis. Let's take a look at that, buddy.
Oh yeah.
There it
Oh
is.
my goodness. This thing can now take quite a haul. But that's not all. I'm going to add the wheel set, the beast of burden, and the plated armor, all of which I
Okay.
assume are doing some amazing things down here in the caravan stats section.
We guess.
Yeah, the Beast of Burden primarily affects speed. Armor will make you more survivable should you encounter combat. And then, yeah, like you were looking at just now, the chassis and body kind of provide some of the core stats like the health and also the storage capacity for the caravan.
Very cool. That's awesome. I'm going to take 2 salt cured meats because I assume that we're going to be successful
We
with
will.
delivery. Okay, very good.
We're powerful.
That's what he
We
says.
are very powerful. All right. Let me go ahead now. Do I click launch, Chris?
Correct. You're going to hit launch, and you're going to get an item in your inventory once you click launch.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'll launch a caravan too with you guys.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. You got a busted caravan or you got a good one?
It's it's pretty standard, but it'll get me there.
Oh, okay. Very nice. All right. I see that I have a caravan event. Oh, it's telling me to find a location to summon the caravan. So this caravan event starts even prior to me finding the location for my caravan because we wanna organize.
You got to organize your event, and you also want to find a safe spot to launch your caravan.
Could I just walk to the other node
Very cool.
and then
Now
launch
we
it?
can go out here in the world, I assume within some level of proximity.
Oh, there's a
to
limit.
the
Okay.
node.
They thought
that's
it had-
being
You can see the
denoted here
radius.
by the
That still seems pretty
in-game
far.
radius. Okay, very cool. That's cool. We've got a little slate wolf over here. Let's take care of him first.
I like that health bar in it.
All right.
It looks slicker.
Guy.
Slick.
I am going to go ahead and I assume, Chris, I'm going to open my inventory.
Yep. So you're going to have a little caravan item,
A little baby
and
kill
when you
me?
right-click it, you're going to be in deployable mode for you to be able to place that. It's a representation that you're summoning the caravan so that people around you know that you are launching a caravan.
Ah,
Well, why
very
not just do this
cool.
at the
All right,
caravan
then
place
it's
and have
important
it
for me to
spawn
find a
out of it?
place that's relatively obscured so as not to attract any unwanting eyes.
Yeah, it's smart of
Exactly.
us to get away from the node a little bit in case any other
I don't
players
like
would
this.
see
I don't
our
like it.
expedition.
Yes. Good call. Good call. Well done. All right, you're summoning yours too over here. How come your caravan isn't like? I mean, it looks like it's on par with mine.
Yes, it could be, but it might not be.
Might not be.
Might be the default caravan.
Bucky, if you just needed some components, I could have given them to you.
No, this one's gonna work good. I believe in it.
He believes.
Bucky's a pro gamer.
Bucky, are you a pro gamer?
Yes, I in fact am a pro gamer.
Very nice. So this is taking a good amount of time. Mine's only about 50% completed.
Right now, this takes by default about 2 minutes. The amount of time it takes can be augmented by how players choose to upgrade the caravansary.
Okay.
But this is taking an amount of time so that people can start to scout for caravans that might be popping up.
Very nice. Now, another very important aspect of that time that it's taking is that the time is relative to the distance that the summoning is occurring. Even out in the world, let's say you find some loot that is in the form of cargo and you want to haul that back somewhere, you can use an action to summon your caravan from the closest node to that location, and you will spawn this similar summoning function.
Okay.
And the time to travel to you will be predicated on the distance to the node, the components of the caravan, and any other potential benefits or buffs
That kind of sounds
that are
annoying.
denoted by special building construction, relics, or policies.
I'm
Is
not
that correct?
totally excited by that.
Exactly. And it's also worth keeping in mind, you can only summon out in the wild if it's an empty caravan.
Very nice, yes. Look at mine and look at yours,
Look at
Bucky.
that shack.
It's the same caravan. They both look great.
Show us
Okay.
the difference between these two pictures. They're the same picture.
Oh my gosh. Hal, this is a great looking caravan.
Aw.
It looks
Yeah, it's a
amazing.
little-
Mine's like a tank, and this is the default Kalar caravan. Is that correct?
Oh no, I believe this is the tier 2 or a tier 5, I think, actually, for these ones.
Yes. So I have the
Yeah.
upgraded components of it.
Okay, Steven.
And there are obviously a different number of skins that you can acquire in the game, and or cosmetics that have been purchased that will be different looking.
I want to do a
caravans, but if
caravan
you don't
where
have
it's got
skins
like
applied, this is
no
the
supply, like
version
one
of tier
supply
1
on
and
it
tier 2
that's
that you will
junk,
see in the game.
and just like try to
by
taunt
default.
people, but have my
That-
guild
that
hanging
looks
in the
great.
corner.
I mean, this is,
So when
this
they
is amazing.
attack, they just
Talk to me
we just
Hal, a
swamp
little
them.
bit about what it took to
Then
construct
steal all
these
their
characters,
goodies.
to build them. I mean, is this a highly componentized system?
Yeah, that is correct. So you actually have a couple different components, like
So
you
we don't
saw
have to
in
follow the roads. We can go anywhere.
caravan screen before, and each of those are things that can
I
visually
thought it
be
was gonna be a road
updated
thing.
kind of as their own thing. So it would be possible to have like only nicer wheels, or like only a nice chassis, and that's going to be visually represented so players can kind of like see what potential
This is
buffs
very
you might
interesting.
have. For example, you can see Stevens has all that tank looking armor. That's going to be able to kind of let people just like looking from the outside, maybe attackers. Not that we support stealing caravans, but
No, of
if
course
I
not.
did want to do that, you
Steal
know, I could
everything.
see that maybe I would want to go for Steven's caravan.
Yes, that's right. I want everyone out in the audience
Spiked
to hear
armor.
that. Maybe I would
Sorry.
go for not Steven's caravan.
Yeah.
Every
Sorry,
caravan now in
Bucky.
Ashes is going to be named not Steven's caravan.
Oh no.
Well, then they would go after not Steven's caravan.
No,
so
no,
we
you're
don't
not
want to name it not
supposed to.
Steven. Yeah.
Don't do that. we
Oh
got
man,
some
I should have
wolves
got
here.
the 2-horse edition, dude. I'm going so slow.
Literally
Aw.
half the horsepower.
You do have half the horsepower. Why
Poor
are you
guy.
moving so slowly back there?
Well, my Beast of Burden isn't as upgraded as yours, so I don't have as high of a boost stat as you do. Once we get to this road, though, we're just gonna get a road buff, which will boost both of our movement speeds.
Ah, very cool. Okay, so
Alright, so
being
there
on
is
the
the road
road
buff,
versus
so I was just going to
off-road
say that.
is more beneficial because of that buff. But
Let's
in
see how much
addition,
faster it
the
is.
components that we are using are not necessarily made for off-road. But
Yeah,
there will be
so-
some that are.
Yeah, exactly. So there'll be different variants of each of the components. With the wheels, for example, would have variants that will excel perhaps at off-road over on-road and vice versa. And so right now we have caravans that are set up more for the on-road portion, but you will travel faster over roads, but
Oh, there's the
that
speed
obviously
boost
comes
up.
with the increased risk of running into other players or monsters that are blocking the road.
It
Oh wow!
is
See, I have the road buff now.
much faster.
Where
Yeah,
are
definitely.
you, Bucky?
I'm almost on the road.
Should I wait for you?
Yes.
Very well.
Yes, please.
This is a caravan of caravans, all right? We're a team here.
Oh, okay. Caravan of caravan.
At
I
least
like
it's
that.
cool. You
Alright,
can
here
see
we
them
go.
so far away
Yeah,
down
no
below.
one
though.
is a
behind.
decoy, you know?
Yeah.
There we go.
I see the importance. I mean, the caravan system is somewhat treacherous. I mean, you should take caution with this. I mean, I feel very susceptible.
Yeah. Well, we got our group of defenders with us. At least we're not running completely solo.
That's true.
Yeah, it's definitely something, and this goes for a lot of the node features, right? Where we're trying to create these ways for, people who maybe are used to sort of a more solo MMO like gameplay experience to have easy
What's
ways
the
to
point
take
of a
that
solo
first step
MMO?
into like collaborating or competing with each other. So that's really one of the things that we spend a lot of time talking about for this system.
Absolutely. And perhaps, I assume, Bucky or Chris, that in regards to the design of the component system, if I am utilizing components that might give my caravan a significantly higher stat of speed, it's unlikely that I would also at the same time be able to select components that were to give an equitable amount of benefit in the stat of, let's say, cargo or health. It's going to be a trade-off in that sense.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, so you'll be able to have caravans of different customizations, but there won't be one caravan that does everything the best. You'll have to make sacrifices depending on what you want to use your caravan for. If you want to have an off-road caravan, a really fast on-road caravan, or just a slow, tanky caravan that can hold a lot of stuff. There'll be other options players can choose to outfit their caravans with.
Very cool. Already I can see the obvious benefit and choices that certain players will have.
Sorry.
As Nathan was saying, if you're a more solo-oriented player, you might just want to have the fastest possible caravan around.
Come on, video.
Because one, you're not worrying about people to stick close to you, but also, if you do come under attack, your chances of succeeding at a fight are far less than getting away by speed.
Yeah, that's true. Or I could also see a variant though where you want to just go off road.
What is that?
Oh
no.
Why is Tuvok here?
Is he just on his path? I think he's just on his path.
You're gonna want to turn around. We cannot take that.
I wonder if he'll turn around if he detects us.
I think he probably would.
Okay.
Should
we go
stay back here?
Yeah. This path is not for us. Go ahead, give us a turnaround, and I'll show you my secret little off-road path.
Alrighty. Okay. All right.
He made that 3-point turn pretty good. I'll give it to him.
I'll hold him off. This is what we brought Bucky for.
Come on over this way.
No, I stopped so quick when you guys said that. I was like hiding in the rocks already back here.
That would have turned out to be a very bad stream.
All right, come on through.
Okay.
They should have put Bucky in the front and pushed him.
Right? Like,
it's super peaceful.
Oh, good.
Barely even dangerous.
Justo's like, I know a way, guys. Don't worry.
Just run your way through.
Oh god.
Spiders.
I'm just assuming you guys will take care of that.
Yeah, that's their job as the defenders. We just got to keep rolling.
Better be careful not to aggro any, Steven.
No, I'm trying not to. I don't really see any up here that much. Nothing too crazy up here. Yeah, but this is one of the dangers. Is you may never know what's on the road. The road has a buff, that's great, but it also has a little bit more visibility, and that can be a problem. And so off-roading is a necessary component of the caravan system.
No, just get the highway and get it
because
killed.
of that, there will be components that make traveling off-road a bit easier, perhaps.
Yeah, certainly.
I'm trying to get back to the road.
Yeah, it's definitely slower.
Yeah, where did it go?
Should have gone for the off-road wheels, maybe.
Did we get lost? Is there like a path up here back to the road?
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You're going the right way. Like, follow the spiders.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I'm starting to take a little bit of damage here.
Oh,
Hey, Steven, we might need a heal, and I remember you equipping some kind of healing item.
Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, they're eating the horses. They're definitely eating the horses.
No.
Where's a tank when you need one?
I just activated the healing thing. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Those are good heals.
Yeah, that's a strong hot right there.
Wow.
So that you can equip buffs and stuff. So you make it a good dependable.
Yep, final pass.
I think we could have definitely taken Tuvok.
I don't know about that. Spiders versus giant.
10 hours later.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I knew that was happening.
That did not work out.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
you can't drive off cliffs, Steven.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer.
To horses.
The cliff jumper horses.
Yeah, the
We
cliff
leashed him,
jumping
we leashed
horses.
him.
You actually have to unlock a different service building to get recruitment of those cliff jumping horses. So
Can I get spider horses?
Just different kinds of
I
animals.
don't know, Steven, come down this way.
No, this looks fine. This
Yeah, you'll make it, you'll make it.
Yeah, we can make this one. I mean, these horses aren't that fragile. We've made it back to the. Watch Tumok just comes out of nowhere.
yeah, he's just
just like I found
Just
you."
destroys them.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan.
Oh no!
How you doing back there, Bucky?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
going the
Bucky
right
was
way.
here. Yeah, I mean, I've just
I'm here.
Bucky
been
was
here
here.
the whole time. Uh-huh.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. We do it for you.
Oh, I see. We've come across a little river up here.
That looks like we'll have to make a crossing.
Ooh, this is a great little image. I'm digging this. Hold on, let me turn off the.
Move your mouse.
Hold on, can you catch me on my album cover looking away from the camera?
Whoa, no, I can't. Where are you?
Oh, hold on, we gotta get the good album cover photo
Yes.
where we're all looking
Yes,
away.
Just looking off into like
Oh my
desperation.
This is going to be a very,
Another day
very
in Vera.
slow thing to
Oh,
do
my
in
Jesus.
Ashes.
They're distracted. I can pass them.
No, even if I gave you a head start.
Oh no.
Oh, poor Bucky.
Yeah, my money's on Steven here.
Okay, so now we were intending to show this update with this update the transition from land to river with the raft system.
Okay.
Caravans, when they intersect with a river, they go into a construction stage. Why don't you talk to me a little bit about that?
Tell me more.
Yeah, so the primary, there's like two kind of methods to crossing rivers, right? One of them is with bridges, which are constructed by mayors and players, but the other method is via a transformation into a raft. Now it will put you.
Looks like
a
as
little
mayor, I
bit
gotta
of
build some bridges,
Make you
infrastructure.
a little bit of a sitting duck while you're transitioning. But once you're in the water, you'll get kind of a nice speed boost from the currents, and it's a alternate means to getting stuck on the choke points that are bridges.
True.
Very cool.
True.
Yep. That will be an update coming shortly. It's,
Oh, that's a bummer. I was
some
hoping they
bugs.
had that.
I'm really stoked for you guys to see it, though. It's already looking really cool, and I'm so hyped about it.
Oh, Hal has been integral in.
What do you guys think about all the this
the
caravan stuff so
assets for
far?
showcasing what that transition looks and feels like, and helping to demonstrate the construction process of the raft. It is super cool to see even how you've incorporated the more componentized system of creating this caravan as a whole.
So
into
there's not going to be
being
any
able to
many
adapt,
bridges when the
for
game
that
comes out
construction
until nodes
scene,
start popping up, is my
all
guess.
the pieces that are relevant on different skins and cosmetics for the caravan as well.
Yeah, it's been really fun kind of figuring out how we're gonna like show certain things, make everything work together, like balance all the pieces, but it's been a fun time. And I think kind of visually showing things like, for example, like the cargo, to kind of like, we're still kind of working with tech art to get this fully up and running, but you are eventually going to be able to get a good visual view of like how much cargo someone's going to be holding, and it's a possible reward
Oh, that'd
you're
be
gonna able
cool.
to get to. So it's,
You know who to attack.
yeah, it's been a really fun time.
Yeah, it's been super cool to watch. This bridge, by the way, is a bit slower than the road.
Well, you're not getting a road buff on this bridge, Steven.
Oh, that's so sad.
So bridges can be upgraded, and that will let them provide you more speed.
I should be getting the bridge buff. The bridge buff should be just
Enabled.
super powerful.
You Tokyo drift off a bridge.
Yes, exactly. They did that a few times in whatever that movie was.
There are lots of movies that have drifting.
I know.
No, there's only one.
There's only one,
It's the Polar Express.
isn't it?
That's a good one.
No, it has
Are we
like
on another
diesel in
bridge?
them.
Fast and the Furious?
Yes, Fast and the Furious.
You know that one Fast and the Furious
That
movie?
one out of 30 Fast and Furious movies.
So they've been on this journey
We
for
should get some Fast and Furious versions.
total
of Caravan.
17, almost 18 minutes now.
Really
The more you say it, the more you will it into existence. Justo has like his finger on the trigger to just make like T7 Caravan components. You can't carry any cargo. You just max speed and you get a drifting ability. That's it. That's all he wants in life.
Oh my god, that'd be so good. That would be so great. I'm getting like the cinematic shots right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
the environment team has done such an amazing job about bringing Vera to life, and that's been another cool thing about us being able to show off this live stream is we've kind of kept
It
a lot
does
of the
pick up pace though
exploration
when
of
it
Vera,
touches the
under wraps because we
the
want
route.
to make sure that people get that first glimpse of it when the servers go online for A2, but we can show off some of that stuff here. Super
Oh
exciting.
my
Bear.
god, there's a bear.
Oh no! Danger bear! Get him!
Chase somebody!
Oh no.
Oh, we just entered a super moody part of the forest.
Yeah, why did it change?
Okay, there's
Oh,
a bear that
atmosphere.
way. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
this way. I'm gonna go left.
Opposite the direction of the bears. Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna go. Oh, there's little rabbits over there too.
Oh no!
Okay. Boy,
Just got off
Zach-
the bridge.
Oh, what'd you say?
Oh,
And this time it
whoops.
looks a little too easy target if you have to wait for
team.
construction in the beginning.
We're just gonna
and use
wait
it.
here and admire
Yes,
the
I
beautiful.
concur. I think the whole beginning
Which, by the way,
building
Zachary
section
and,
needs to get
Hans
trashed.
did a
It needs to be.
phenomenal job with.
I want a
So
caravan. Maybe give it like a 2-minute timer,
Really cool.
and then
It's
out
like
of the
area
caravan
code,
building, there comes your caravan, and you just jump on and
our
go.
way to your left here.
Doing
Oh,
the
yeah,
little
like he's like,
flag
yeah,
and the
like
whole
this
little
next
hut
area,
thing,
he's
and you
talking
gotta
about the second
sneak
bridge
out.
still.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Pop my caravan
Did you
out.
guys see the river
Let me
yet?
go.
Oh no!
Ooh, a hiccup.
There's a bridge there. You need to be careful. There were some trolls nearby. Ah, you made it. Welcome back, Bucky.
Thank
I
you.
really should have just given you some components to put on your caravan.
Really, just the horse. The extra horse could have probably helped a lot, you know.
Yeah, or just the horse. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's too bad we can't have like a pit stop and put on another horse for you. Just spawn it into existence.
It would be cool. Although once the caravans are parked, you are able to upgrade the components.
Wow,
So
very
maybe
nice.
when we get
Okay,
that
so
back
every time you park the caravan in the stall at any node, you can adjust. Oh, whoa.
Free.
Oh,
What's up ahead?
There's a giant fallen tree.
Oh.
I don't think I can chop through this one, guys.
No, let's maybe we go.
Oh, is that a random spawning tree, or is that a known tree that will always
So
be
Justo
on
could
that
wrong,
road?
but this looks like one of our environmental hazards at work. Yeah.
Oh, Justo, you're
Oh.
muted.
How about now?
There you go.
There we go. I made it. Yeah, so something
It
that
just
can
got
happen
up
to
that hill.
caravans while they're traveling along roads or out in the world is there are events kind of
Can you chop
waiting
these trees
for
down?
caravans. Yes, I can chop them. Well, first I have to do a little cheating first, but yes, I can do that.
So okay, so that
You actually can
log
you
is
interact
a
with the environment though to free up the area to move through too. Yeah, that'd be
it's
good.
a random spawn. That's
Hold
interesting.
on.
I do like that effect. It's just a
Don't
slightly
show
annoying.
my GM panel.
Oh my god! Just killed a horse. What is wrong? What is wrong with you?
Oh no!
Chris, no!
Casual
excellent.
players
This is
my
going
are
Carry
going to
on.
be pissed off if they get mauled every time they try to port.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
had
totally.
a road back.
Casual people who
I didn't
do
it on
this
purpose.
caravan
So
thing
we're gonna
once
transfer
a
the goods
month,
from
maybe, or
Steven's
twice a
caravan over
month,
to Bucky's.
Hey,
are going to be
that's a
totally
good
annoyed
community question. Do
when
players walk
somebody
up
that's
trees? Do you fall down?
plays daily goes, I'm going to pick on that kid.
We all know what the answer to that
They
question
call up a
is.
group, a
The
guild,
answer is a
whatever,
resounding yes. Trees
and then
should
beat
fall
the
over,
crap out of
people
you while
should
you're
do damage.
building.
Should
And then,
destroy
oh, there goes
caravan.
all of your money and
Shot.
waste.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry, Chris. What were you saying?
Something about caravans on routes. So yeah, when you're traveling with a caravan, there are events that can trigger as a result of you being there with the caravan that can either block your way or spawn things to attack your caravan, and require you to kind of make decisions about how you want to proceed, right? Whether you turn around and go somewhere else, or you find a path off road, all with different kind of dangers associated with them.
Very cool. How are you doing back there, Bucky?
Following your tracks. It's looking good.
After
Poor
our
Bucky, why do they
assistance in
pick
clearing
on
the
him?
path for you, you're welcome.
If I can name my caravans, they're all going to be named Bucky.
Attempted murder.
Little column A, little column B.
Unbelievable.
Listen, I've only been playing a defender of your caravan.
The long con. Right before we get there.
It's actually good call out though. Is that if you register to defend a caravan, you won't ever be able to unregister and immediately attack the caravan when we're getting to the end.
Ah, very good call. Very good
So,
point.
yeah.
There. And then in
It would be
addition to
cool
that,
if you could ride
you
on
can
the
be
caravan.
registered participant
as, like,
in
just
multiple
a
caravan events
defender.
at once. So if you had, let's say, a caravan of caravans, you could put both caravans in the same raid.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Speaking of caravans, welcome.
Thank you. I've returned.
You have your
Nice of you to join
This
us.
caravan.
Let us caravan. Do I go right here?
Oh, you're gonna go right, yeah.
Skeleton spooky.
Just in time for the holidays.
Yeah.
Oh, they came back.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Are they alive again?
I'm not stopping.
Oh, this is creepy with the fog too.
That is a nice fog effect. It's a nice low fog. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
There's another skeleton over there.
All right. I'm sure this one won't
Cycleton.
notice us.
Yeah, no, you're good. We're good.
Its eyes aren't so good.
Hopefully there's no
Because it
zombies
doesn't
on the
have
road.
eyes.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh, an event.
Okay.
Maybe not zombies?
No, I don't think these
Turrets
are
on a caravan.
zombies.
Turrets on a caravan would be cool. Like
I'm
a
gonna scout ahead and
Like
see
a-
if.
a
Oh god.
besiege
Oh,
bow,
this
whatever
seems
they're
like-
called.
Hey, Bucky, do you want to go ahead?
Ballistas,
Bucky,
like a big
come
ballista
forward.
that does a
Okay.
ton of damage.
Oh,
What are you doing? You pulled them.
I didn't pull anything.
No, no.
I
Don't
learned
leave
from
me.
watching you.
I'm gonna repulsor blast.
They just
Do it,
insulted.
do it, do it.
Get out of here. Oh,
Oh, what was that?
Oh my god, they went flying.
Just keep driving, Steven.
oh,
Oh,
flying.
man, I don't think they can find their way back to us. I think we're good.
Okay.
Are we good? Nope, they found him. Oh, it's shooting me.
Those heels.
Use your
It's
speed
shooting
boost.
the caravan.
Run, Steven, run.
It's shooting the caravan.
Steve,
Fly, you
Protect the
fool.
cash.
go on without us.
Oh, shut.
Oh, the blast.
Oh no.
What is that blast?
Can I get some of those heels? No. All right. Just for
Just
okay,
blast
okay,
it
okay.
away.
Here's some heals. You got heals.
I'm hanging in there. It's not keeping up.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
I love that blast.
Steven, use the sprint. Get out of here.
Oh, okay. All right, good luck.
Run.
Steven would
God,
never
I've got it.
abandon
We'll hold
his
them
friends.
off.
Oh, I just activated that sprint. I am.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, he's gone now.
Right now.
Okay, so random
Oh, thanks,
event
guys.
is good. You know, if nobody
Maybe
PvPs
I'll
you
make
during
it
the
after
caravan,
all.
you get a little action.
I don't think
All right. Now we target Bucky.
No, no.
so.
Healers
Oh.
after your caravan.
I'm almost at Mirror. How far is Mirrorleth? Holy
You're
smokes.
right. It's right around the corner.
This is the closest node?
I
That's-
mean, the world's pretty big, Steven.
That
Yeah,
is
that was a
true.
nice little caravan expedition we did.
I am
It's
arriving.
a half an
over
hour.
North
Well, that's all right.
And
Half an
there's
hour is not
bats.
horrible.
Or ravens. Why aren't they in their rookery?
They're wild.
They're wild. Feral ravens. Wow. Okay, I think, coming actually upon Mirrorleth.
Yeah.
Also, or be crypto. Oh, yeah, at the beginning. Yeah.
How'd you guys fare?
I mean, I'm hopping behind you very slowly.
Oh,
Just shot it.
the rudest Steven.
Shoot him in the
Actually, just
gully.
boosting me, right? You're like, why walk when you
Eat
can
my
just
dust.
be repulsor blast on cooldown?
That was so funny. So I've lost the street buff.
Yeah. Once you're in
to the node.
Yeah, once you're in the purview of the node, you gotta travel at slow speeds.
Why?
Or the guards will get you.
All you're doing is making it longer. The whole trip. Just.
Whoa. We're almost there. Is that how it goes?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the exact lyrics of the song for sure.
Gets copyright struck.
No.
Where's the Bucky guy? Is he just dead?
Now what happens? So I'm seeing that we have this little area in front of us that denotes the turn-in radius. What happens when I reach it?
Well, you're about a second away from finding out.
Oh, we did it!
Oh, okay.
Well, not yet, technically.
What's the
We're
finish
almost
line?
doing it. It is done.
Oh.
All right, so I assume now that there is going to be a
Feel like
hunter's
it
lodge
broke
here
there.
where I can go and sell this cargo.
And they had
Exactly.
to get kicked
Come
out
follow me.
or re-edit there.
Go
Okay,
and
Mo.
see.
All right, see you, man. We'll catch you later. Thanks for
See.
stopping by. I always appreciate
So
it.
if you want to give him a little chat here.
All right, let us discuss with this fine gentleman. Whoops.
Ooh, chilly.
You'll notice
For cargo?
you're going to go to your materials and look at that. We got Mirrorleth. If you scroll down to the bottom of the Mirrorleth tab, you're going to see what you delivered.
Very nice. Okay, that's cool. So now this is worth
8 gold. Okay.
8 gold, 69 silver.
Oh, I can do math.
Well done. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna sell that. Yep, sell that and that and that.
And you notice this gentleman sells different items than the last node you were in.
Oh yeah, he's got some ancient ale and wine and a case of Dunir tools.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Buy some of these. Very nice. Cool. That's awesome. Well, look at that. We've fully demonstrated the caravan loop from certificates, or the newly named glint, into commodities, transited with the caravan system, discussed a little bit about the intents of that system and how it is intended to be used for Alpha 2 as a core loop of the economic gameplay. And we have succeeded in delivering through the perilous journey that was the Riverlands, our commodity.
We gotta show something else other than the Riverlands. Everyone's getting kind of bored.
Justo, Bucky, Planendorf, and Hal, thank
Yeah,
you
oh,
all
Bucky
for
made
joining
it?
us today and demonstrating the caravan system. I know that I speak for the audience when I say your guys' hard work is extremely appreciated and cherished by this community that cannot wait for Ashes of Creation. I hope that everyone in the audience enjoyed the demonstration today. If you have thoughts, please share them with us. That is why we do these streams. That is why we show you guys monthly the updates to the game. It is obviously
I
very
wonder what it would
important
be
to us
like
to
if I
hear,
could take a
your
caravan,
comments
start
on
it
what
up
you
in like the
enjoyed,
northwest
what you thought
corner,
could be done
and
differently.
then take it all
Leave them
around the
on
entire map
Twitter,
to
on
the southeast, the
forums,
furthest
on
way
Reddit,
to
on
go.
Discord,
What
and
kind
on
of
YouTube.
crazy
It comes
money would I
well to
get?
us. We capture all that information and we analyze
Ooh,
it
excuse me.
internally. But with that
Because if
being
I took
said,
it to the closest node,
very excited to get to
And I
Alpha
went
2 so
from
that all of you can start playing with these systems
$1.50
and
to
testing.
$8.50
It's gonna be
or
pretty
whatever
exciting.
it
Guys,
was,
thank
the
you for
gold,
joining us.
silver,
Thank
and
you.
copper.
See you
Thank
back
you.
on stream.
What?
Bye.
You probably make thousands off of that trip around the whole map.
All right. Well, I'm going to play that video whilst we answer some questions from. We had Twitch chat. We've
Yay.
got we have a watch party. If you didn't know, you can head on over to our Discord. There's a watch party, and they all chat and listen to it at the same time. And also from Discord. So we've been pulling questions from everywhere. Roshan and Vagnar have been killing it. They've been sending them to me. If your question doesn't get answered here, it might be because it's already from a forum Q&A question, because we did get quite a few caravan questions from that. So first and foremost, people are wondering, are we to transfer physical goods, i.e. fish from a coastal region into the mountains to sell to other players?
Absolutely. Yeah, this was commodity focused, right? So there are two primary, or three, I guess, primary methods by which caravans transit the world. The first is when players are moving commodities. The second is when players are moving materials and resources, right? And that's to your question. That's relevant because materials and resources across the world are unique to the geographic region in which they are produced or which they spawn.
Okay.
And
Yep. Know
crafting
that.
stations are located at certain nodes, and nodes specialize the types of crafting stations that they can have. So the transit of those materials across the world is a necessary component of keeping the economy alive. And where there's a demand, there will be a supply. So that's with regards to the second reason for transiting caravans. The third is when mayors and system generated caravans transit the world. This is for nodes to acquire certain types of node commodities or node resources that they need to initiate public work projects and to initiate construction projects.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
what we saw today was commodities, which is going to be the primary method by which players earn gold. And that's through acquiring commodities with glint, which is a bound currency, and then turning those commodities in for gold, which is then
Yeah, I would love to
trading
play this game
currencies.
now too. I've been waiting.
All right.
I mean, I played Alpha 1.
Our next question is,
What?
can you lose the caravan upgrade components
over a year
if the
ago,
caravan
easy?
is
Yeah.
destroyed? Do you have to then get the upgrades again?
Not only can you lose the caravan components if the caravan's destroyed, you lose all of the caravan
It
components
looks.
and you lose the caravan.
A lot of the elements
However,
look super
if
polished,
the caravan
like the
takes
visuals.
damage,
But I wonder what's
damage can
going
be
on
done
with
to
the
components directly as well, depending on the
like
source and directionality
mechanics
of
of
the
the game.
damage.
It seems things are
And
like
those
not
components can
done
be
all the
destroyed
way.
even if
They're
the
like
caravan
working on
survives,
chunks.
which would require replacement of those components as well.
All right. And you talked a little bit about gold here. People are wondering, and obviously I know the answer here, but are gold prices seen on stream too low? Maybe, obviously we're not at balance point in regards to currency stuff.
Yeah, there's 2 points there. One, which is the point you're making, is that I wouldn't read into anything regarding balance right now at this stage. We have not done balance passes when it comes to currencies, when it comes to damage numbers, when it comes to cooldown
Beta
timers.
will probably be that time frame when we want more feedback with balance.
We'll do different levels of balance checks at different stages, right? And what you're describing with beta is where we get really granular and we prepare the balance passes for launch. We do finger in the wind balances right now, right? So we don't spend a lot of time in it. We just do what kind of feels okay.
Our poor economy folks are like, I'm making spreadsheets all day, Steven.
I know exactly.
Yeah, I've done that too. I've sat and made spreadsheets.
The second point is, remember, the demonstration you just saw was from one node to another that was the closest node. So the further you transit the commodities in the world, the greater the return rate is for that commodity. Why? Because
go from
the
one
risk
side
is
of the planet to the
The
other.
further you travel, the more risk you inherit. Now, it's important to note that at the end of this demonstration you just saw, I sold those commodities to the Miraleth node. I didn't have to do that. I could have kept the Winstead commodities that I originated with in Miraleth and launched another caravan at a later time to take those commodities to a node even further away and sold it for a higher exchange rate. In addition,
but each
depending
caravan
on the
is
times in
2 gold.
which nodes exist, it is entirely possible that Winstead might be destroyed at some point in the future. And I have a hoard of Winstead commodities that I've been saving in other
nodes.
A
whore?
That would dramatically increase the price as well. So there's speculation within the market also, which is an important component, I think, of the intricacies that a good economic gameplay needs to provide.
Oh, and any of us who have played any MMO, there's a whole game just with selling and trading things. So for people who enjoy that aspect,
that's
there
true.
will definitely be that for you. Maybe even on a larger scale. The next question here is, how large is the radius for the announcement of the caravan? Like how wide does that go out to people who are maybe in the area who either want to take,
in system, which is for defenders or attackers, you can increase the radius, but also the components can increase and or decrease the radius of that event notify as well. So it is something that we're going to be balancing, as you described earlier, through Alpha 2.
Interesting.
Testing is going to be important for that.
I think this game is going to have a crazy
But,
amount
you know,
of
the idea
progression
here
trees.
is that the caravan system
You
has an
got
inherent
combat,
risk,
crafting,
and that is that players out on the
religion,
roads, when you're you know,
thief
far
or
away from these
whatever,
node locations,
crafting.
can gank your caravans. But as I was describing
Said religion.
in the
There's going to be a lot.
stream, in the showcase, this is something that will influence how you construct your caravan and which components you want to go for. So, for example, if you're a solo player and you don't intend on transiting a lot of materials at once, you may not need the large cargo capacity, but instead you want the faster speed because you intend to outrun any potential adversaries that you might face on the roads. That is a viable strategic option for you when constructing your caravan. In addition, you saw that there are a number of different abilities that caravans can be equipped with based on the loadout of the components that you have for your caravan. That is also going to influence how you interact with PvP and potential adversaries.
Okay.
And since you're talking about, how much you can put on your caravan, folks are wondering what is the most one caravan can transport?
That's a good question. That question has not been answered yet, and it likely will not be answered until we have been able
But what
to
is it
test
now,
the system with a good amount of
Mr.
players
Steven?
and in a relatively persistent setting, which is what Alpha 2 is intended to provide.
This next question is a very interesting one because it affects a lot of our content creators, especially those who stream live, and they're curious, are there any plans to prevent streamers from getting harassed when trying to start a caravan?
Don't stream.
That's a tough question. Obviously
I'm
we
going to
will
stream
have
everything.
certain systems that won't lend well to streaming
I'm
because certain
gonna
systems
I'm gonna
have
be
a
sleeping streaming
requirement
this
of
game.
secrecy and or at least some level of strategic ambiguity. So players need to be conscientious of that fact when they're intending to both stream and play Ashes of Creation. Those are things that we cannot solve because intrigue is an intrinsic part of the game.
Recommendations, there are options to have stream delays for your stream. You can choose how long
Absolutely.
that delay is. I know that makes it hard for having interactions, but as a fellow
Yeah,
streamer,
but
I
if
understand. I've played
caravans
many
take
PvP games, and
30 minutes, what are you
sometimes
going
it's
to delay
fun
the
because it
stream by
brings the
30
battle to you.
minutes?
So if you're cool with that, I've always enjoyed that in like FPS games. MMO games, I've always brought friends with me, so I would highly recommend having a crew that acts as protection
I don't know.
because
I don't know,
you're
bro.
going to need it.
Absolutely.
But that's the whole point of MMOs, is to have friends.
The whole point of
Create a
Caravan
community.
is to
I'm
have
still friends
friends
with some of
and
the
fight.
people I met when I was like 14, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah. The next one here is, does speed vary based on the weight of the items in the caravan, or is it primarily just the caravan itself and the
Good
upgrades that you
question.
have on
Good
it?
question.
Yeah, at this time, speed is not influenced by capacity. Speed is a stat that lives on the vehicle, and that stat can be augmented through the component choices that are made, but weight is not a factor. That's where we leave the gameplay primarily to the spatial system. Obviously, we want to emphasize that components have the ability to expand the spatial inventory of the caravan, and being kind of strategic in the choice of components you utilize for the shapes that are available is going to be relevant because it will influence how much of a thing you can transport in any one given trip. But weight does not influence the speed of the caravan, no.
All right, we just have a few more here, and then we're gonna have to move on. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. We can't answer every question,
I
y'all.
know.
But our next
I mean, we
one
could.
is,
And there's a potluck, by the way, that I
yeah.
need to get to.
There's a potluck going on. We have a costume contest in the office, so
Yes.
lots of fun stuff.
Does
going
Margaret
on
ever
at
go into
office.
the
I'm
office?
like
She does like
juggling
half of her
announcements for all
stuff.
these things at the same time as being on a stream. But our next thing is,
She does half
could
of
you
her stuff from her
upgrade
house, I
roads
feel.
in the node to upgrade the speed of the caravan? Because you kind of
Unless she
talked a
lives
little bit
next
about
door.
how you can create a bridge and things of that sort. Are there ways that like the mayor or other people can help, caravans move faster from one node to the other?
Absolutely. So that buff that you saw is a buff that can be changed in the world based on the world state. Some of those
Okay.
world state interactions include certain types of relics that the nodes which govern your area might have access to and might be actively employing. Some of it might have to do with policies. You might be able to extend the guard influences across the road radius further out for certain nodes if you have certain policies. You might be able to enhance and empower those guards through itemization choices that are granted by building upgrades that the node selects to build. There's a number of different influences that the intricacies of our systems provide. And it is a complex landscape because, again, this is a very high level meta strategy style of MMORPG where player
He's dying.
community choice, and certain key personnel
No one cares about the cat. Put the cat away.
that have assumed certain positions have the ability to influence.
Sorry, I had a cat.
That's okay. Kitty time. Kitty time.
Not okay. You just said you got to move along.
Bingos. I don't know. I haven't seen the bingo card today, so I don't know what's on it. Usually the cats are. But I'm going to wrap it up with these last two. So in PvP, what is looting a caravan like with the cargo system seen on stream?
Sure. So when a caravan gets destroyed, it creates a wreckage. That wreckage will have a number of the supplies that the caravan was carrying. And when stolen by attackers, those supplies become essentially stolen glint or corrupted glint, and or stolen resources that the caravan was hauling. If they're commodities, they maintain their commodity type, and players will have to summon a caravan from a nearby node that would be empty in order to haul those crates back. If they you can also break into the crates or the cargo itself instead of hauling the cargo as a completed shipment. Doing so reduces the number of total resources that you can gather from the crate. So a portion of it is sunk to the system, and then a portion of it gets sunk further if you choose to break open the crates versus attempting to haul them back.
Because you can get counterattacked if you haul them back.
Keeping in mind a few things, obviously. Systems like this, which are highly detailed and incredibly intricate in the world, they are subject to constant revision, play testing internally, and the designs may change. You might even have noticed, I saw some commentary during the presentation, that when you summon the caravan, previously we had stated that caravans would have a top-down view of a map, that you would select a location in the radius of the node. We opted to change that design to a held item that you can summon in front of your character because we felt that it was more
feels more immersive because it's like in the world versus taking you out into UI.
And not only that, but there's inherent risk in deploying a construction zone at a location that you cannot see with the top-down map view, as opposed to having that item in your inventory in front of you when you know there's no one around to see and you want to eat that time up in a safe location.
And you saw on the stream, they were like, hey, let's not do this right in the open here. Let's move off.
I do it in the open.
Absolutely. 100%.
The last question here, since we are talking about wreckages of caravans or people coming and stealing your stuff, can you purchase some kind of form of insurance for your caravans?
No, there's no insurance system for the caravans. Caravans, it's a treacherous road out there. Not a lot of insurance companies are willing to assume that level of risk.
I'm like imagining people like knocking up on people's like freeholds, being like, "I'm here to ask you about your caravan insurance."
Yeah, but there's nothing to say that can't be player organized. If some particular guild wanted to go and create a caravan mercenary corps that helped aid in the defense and
already thought about it, Steven. Already thought about it.
Type of insurance system if they had.
Dude, offer that to streamers so that you can protect them on their stream. That would be pretty sweet.
100%, and they would live and die by their reputation. So, obviously the bigger, more reputable guilds would have an opportunity, I think, to capitalize on those types of things. But I would be I'd be scared to see the type of premiums.
If you organize things like that, definitely let us know, because I know Roshan and Wagner on the community side, we have a lot of plans to kind of do some server specific news and things like that. And I think it'd be really fun to see like what kind of cool community things that people come up with that they.
You say a lot,
I
Margaret.
always
No
love that
offense,
stuff.
but
That's what makes them the most.
we're still waiting on the content creator.
Next up, we're just gonna talk a little bit
shindig
about
to be finished.
studio update stuff.
It's
and
been
I
like
apologize
2
if
years,
it keeps
if
switching
not
between
3.
October and September.
People are waiting.
Legit, that September asset is nowhere in the scenes. It's like some weird ghost to the machine happening. during the video, I was like searching and I was like, that asset's nowhere. I don't know how it's switching between it. It's creepy. But if you want to talk a little about studio updates,
absolutely.
we've had, we just recently this last week had Bungie do a bunch of layoffs, which has been really rough. I know.
But it's not rough
it's been
for
rough
you guys.
in general in the game industry with layoffs.
It has been rough. You know, it's been a rough time for the world. Just thinking about where we were last stream in the world and where we are this month, a lot has changed, and it's, you know, it's getting a little bit more concerning, and you know, especially from a job market perspective as well in the industry. You know, we continue to see layoffs, but Intrepid is continuing to grow. As a matter of fact, I believe this month I think this month we've hired almost 11 people. Um, Quite a considerable number of people so far for the team. So we're
Not a
continuing
crazy
to hire,
number.
and
It's
we
not like
continue to
30
search
people.
for
11's a pretty
incredibly
solid
talented
number.
individuals to join our team. There's a number of positions that are posted on intrepidstudios.com. Obviously, you guys in the community are incredibly helpful in helping to spread that information about both the game, but also the opportunity at the company. But things are going great. Things are going good at the studio.
Yeah, we're doing really good. Like Steven said, we have a potluck right now. We have a costume contest. We have Extra Life coming up, which a ton of our staff are going to be partaking in a variety of different ways, and however they can assist and volunteer their time. Because remember, this is like outside of our work hours. So yeah, it's really, really good stuff. We have a good family here, and everyone's just kicking butt and trying to make this awesome game. And sometimes, you know, it can be hard when you see other folks. You have like survivor's guilt because you're not sure like, how can I help you. So if there's any way,
But it's not like the end
if
of the
there's
world
HR
yet.
folks out there or anybody who wants to reach out, please reach out to us. We will
But just
assist you in any
advertising,
way
they
that we
need to
can.
fill
Even if we
positions.
don't have job offers, we can also help point you in the right direction for other positions like that.
Yeah, anybody out there, jobs@intrepidstudios.com is a great resource, and our website.
They're hoping to pick up some Bungie artists or something.
And we just have a little bit of art to share with you all. So first and foremost, we have this squeetee. This was made by Jinsey. This is the Bishan Komodo. And we have
I feel like they have
images
like
of
2
that
people doing art all the time.
3D model.
Jinsey and
Yeah, that one's
Al
looking
or
awesome.
whatever
So
from
if
the other
anyone snagged that,
this video earlier.
can't wait to see how it walks because those ones always crack me up.
Yeah,
The little
like
waddles.
a little fast waddle.
Yeah. Next up, we've got the Charmed threads. A couple images of that. If it'll rotate, there you go. See the cloak.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
it's
great.
got very autumnal colors.
I know.
Yes. Desert biome goodness. Oh, yeah, for sure. You could wear this in the desert. See folks saying that. And I think I have a turntable of this. And this was done by Danny. So Danny, good job.
Great job, Danny.
It looks nice. I'm not a fan of the outfit though. But
next up, we've got
hello, a dragon, a blind dragon.
This is the veteran Orite Drake, and this was done by Jan.
Oh, it's a Drake.
Jan?
Excuse me.
Jan?
How do we get this?
This is
German in me wants to say Jan.
Jan. This guy flies by Braille.
Well, this one doesn't fly. This is a ground.
This guy walks by Braille.
Steven thought his ear holes were eye holes. He's like, well, if he's gonna be blind, you should cover his eyes. And I was like, those are his ears.
They did not look like ears to me. They look like
that does look like eyes way out of the
eye
side.
sockets.
If we see
I
one of the images.
messaged our glorious character team last night, and I was like, is the blindfold offset? It's like
It's a good question.
So this is the image he was referring to, where you could see he thought that was an eye socket, but it's just there.
It looks like an eye socket.
It looks pretty awesome. This was from one of our sets. It's all broken and blind, but very, very cool.
So good.
And with that, we are going to swap over. I'll just play more of the Caravan video.
Why would I want a broken?
Have something, pleasant to look at whilst we answer the final bit of questions from the Q&A from the forums.
Stupid.
Some of these do include some Caravan questions. So the first one is from the Dark Sorcerer, and they want to know about Caravan controllers. This was also asked a bunch in the Twitch chat and watch party too. I think some folks asked.
I'm ready for a nap.
Who is able to pilot the different types of caravans, and will it be possible for trolls to take over your caravan? And then also there was tangentially from Twitch and Discord, people were wondering if other people could ride your caravan. So if you can answer both of those.
So I'll break those up. With regards to caravan driver settings, the owner of the caravan will have an option to create a permanent list of friends from their known players that they can select to have the rights to drive the caravan. In addition, anyone can drive the caravan unless the owner of the caravan activates the
cruise control
rider's permission ability.
Okay.
The rider's permission ability restricts access to the driver's seat for a period of time to only that owner and the selected members that the owner approves of.
Why a period of time?
The player who's driving the caravan receives a very significant buff that alleviates any concern for CC effects that can be applied while they're driving the driver.
Okay.
So they have a strong driver's buff, and it also increases damage mitigation significantly. So it's quite a task to dethrone the rider from the actual vehicle. This is true not just for caravans, but also for ships as well. But not for mounts. So just vehicles. Now, should that driver, however, be killed and removed from the vehicle, after a period of time, that owner's lockout will be released, and anybody can grab the caravan and drive it off. Now, the caravan will desummon after a time, a significant amount of time. Right now, I think we have it coded at 15 to 20 minutes.
It's not that long.
Robbers could potentially drive the caravan away if necessary. Same for ships. Now, if the caravan does get despawned,
take over that ship
is then left as a wreckage as if the caravan were destroyed, for either the owner to reach and pick up themselves by summoning another caravan. That would have to be empty. They'd have to have a caravan available to do so at a nearby node. And the further the node is, the longer it'll take to summon the caravan. Or the attackers can do so. So that was a question with regards to the driver. There was a second part of the question.
The second part is can other people ride on your caravan?
Oh, yes. So the caravan does have collision, and players could jump on top and kind of go with the caravan. Yes.
Turret. Right. Magic turret. Fireballs.
The next one here is from AKA Bear or Aka Bear, and they would like to know about caravan sabotage. Will players have the ability to set up an ambush or trap a caravan that may block the route temporarily? We did see a log that was down there. Examples was like a felling tree, rolling boulders, lighting fires, things like that.
Yeah. As it stands currently, it would be difficult for players to be able to block the caravan. Now, that's not to say that certain types of effects cannot be applied to the caravan through ability use, such as slowing effects or pause effects, stun effects against the caravan itself, not the rider. But right now, we do have a collision priority system, which means that vehicles move players and mounts, right? Mounts and players cannot stop vehicles from moving. The vehicle...
What if they're dead and their body's on the ground and you got to ride over it?
The ultimate priority. Nothing can move ships or block ships.
Do they just push the players out of the way if they're in the way?
Okay. That's correct. Yes.
All right. The next one here is How will the game handle multiple people trying to send caravans from the same place at the same time? And this is from Landshark X. Like, for example, let's say I've got 300 people in my guild. We all stand them where we're like, all right, we're going to summon our caravans right here.
It's a hell of a caravan.
So, as a player, you can participate in events that have as many caravans located as you want. So if you have, 20 caravans that you're trying to move all in a single caravan raid with all of your players, you can join all 20 of those caravans into the same caravan defense group.
Cool.
And that is the intent of the system. The same is true for then the attackers. The attackers can join against all of those caravans.
Speaking of attackers and defenders, Gall is actually wondering about caravan affiliation. And their question is, will players receive the player and guild name of the caravan owner before choosing to attack or defend to determine friend or foe?
Yes, that'll be part of the event notify when you choose to either participate as an attacker or defender. Again, keeping in mind, what you're seeing here with regards to the UI is a work in progress. This is our very functional form of UI. After functional comes testable, after testable comes playable, right? And so we are not even at those stages of iteration yet.
True.
Someone wanted to let you know, Stephen, that you're the most informed stormtrooper they've ever encountered, and they would like to give kudos to your trainer within the Empire.
Thank you. That is actually John. John is my trainer. Now, I'm not that good with a blaster, but I can riff on some.
It's okay. They just kind of shoot everywhere anyway. The next question is from Guild Cheese Mojito, which is the most ridiculous name, and they want to know about buffing the van. Can the caravan itself be affected by defense buffs or protected by any like cover style abilities from the tank?
There are certain abilities that do interrupt projectiles. They do offer collision and block collision. Presumably, yes, you could utilize some of those abilities, especially on the tank, to block some incoming attacks against the caravan.
Okay.
Simple.
Yeah. So not like a ton of abilities, but there may be some. It just kind of depends on the circumstances. Tomb wants to know about node representation. Do nodes provide their citizens some kind of clothes or ornaments, capes, tabards, or something that they can basically represent their node? Be like, I'm from Maryland. Look how cool I am.
For player characters?
Yeah, for player characters.
The NPCs do. I'm not sure if that is part of the. I mean, technically, the node does have a sigil or insignia, and there will be certain armors that you can customize insignia and or symbols on. So yes, you could probably achieve that.
Okay, that's cool.
All right. And then Arcano wants about node elections. Is the economic node blind bid election process a gold sink, or does the gold go into the node treasury? So when everyone's
it's a gold sink.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a gold sink.
It's how we get the gold out of the system, bruh.
That's right.
That's fine.
You're paying for.
There's a lot of games out there that don't pull money out of the system, and then like Star Wars: The Old Republic,
correct,
and your
right.
economy booms to a point that it's
I like that.
or expands. It's just unbelievably big.
Azare wants to know about religion. Can the special items that are only available for the highest ranking members of a religion be traded or sold to other players?
Nope, they are bound to the character and they are timed. So when you lose that position, you lose access to the items.
All right.
That's cool.
And then Nick wants to know about player gear progression. Could you explain in detail what you mean by 50% of player power when talking about gear influence on player power? This is something you had mentioned in a previous stream in regards to where player power comes from.
For sure. That's just a kind of general allocation of what players can expect to pursue when enhancing their player character power. Now, obviously, the distribution and ratio of those types of influences, whether it be itemization, whether it be level, whether it be augments choices and or skill tree choices, like those influences and ratios change through the leveling curve. So at lower levels, your character level is going to be more influential over character power than itemization will be. But at end game or higher levels or at the end of the adventuring level progression, that's when itemization really gets an emphasis for its ratio of player power.
And our last question here is from Top Wombat, which is an adorable name. I love wombats. They're so cute. They want to know about server tech. How do you expect to handle many people at once in certain zones? Like some MMOs,
it will be tough.
some MMOs
That really
do
will be tough.
layering or different,
Sure.
you know.
Sure. So player density is a very important aspect of our custom network layer. Zach and his team have been doing an incredible job of creating a unique network layer that we utilize in Ashes of Creation to facilitate not just the player density goals, but also the open world and seamless travel across that world. There's a number of different strategies that we employ when architecting the network layer. Some of those things have to do with the significance of replicated data that the player is receiving. As the density gets higher, we mitigate call and reduce the significance distance, the net relevancy distance. We keep things specifically that need to be known for the player, directionality, which direction they're facing. Those are the most pertinent data that we transmit to the player character. So there's a lot of different strategies. It's a relatively complex system, but our goal is to satisfy hundreds of players available within a given area, and certain events, especially castle sieges, caravans, are one of those types of events as well. And our architecture facilitates that.
Fabulous. And that will wrap that up. So just as a
kind
reminder,
of a long
if
stream.
you have some
Caravan
thoughts,
was
if you have
kind of
feelings
slow,
about caravans,
but
we
good
will have a
information.
thread over on our forums. You can check that
I'll
out
be
at
honest, I'm ready to fall asleep,
forums.ashesofcreation.com.
though.
We implore you to head on over there. Our developers read everything. It's pretty amazing. Roshan and Vaknar, our community managers, put together these wonderful reports that make everything concise for them, so they're able to kind of sift through that information and really understand your guys' thoughts and opinions on these different systems. Obviously, when we head into Alpha 2, you get your hands on it. You can really
I'll get my hands on it.
Right now, we're just
Choke
looking
it
for
to death.
fuel in the water. So kind of give us
Alpha
your thoughts
2.
on, and I guess, Stephen, if you have any specific
Takes long
things you're
enough.
looking for feedback on, I can toss
Yeah,
it your
I
way.
mean, obviously, with regards to the Caravan loop, thoughts about the components, thoughts about the
I almost want to make a
commodities and
video
the
commenting
goods,
on
the
the whole
interactions
Caravan
between
thing.
the exchange rate, turn-in values and ratios, the risk versus reward aspect of the system, what concerns you, what excites you, anything that has to do with what you saw today. And we're going to be uploading, obviously, this video in 4K a little bit later after the stream, so you get to watch it in all of its glory. But we do these things so that we can collect your feedback and we can make sure that the ship is going in the right direction. The proverbial MMO ship is going in the direction that our community wants and that the genre is asking for. That's why it's so beneficial to be transparent about our development process.
And talking about that, I think people say, well, you've been developing for a while. MMOs are big.
Yeah, like 8 years.
Big items.
Big.
It is a lot of moving pieces. And remember, we didn't have as much staff as we did then, and now we have a lot. So things are moving a lot faster
That's
now.
a lot.
I think people can even notice that as you're
seeing
Bungie
just fired up 100
people
people
you through the entire journey
after Sony gave
from
1.2 billion to keep those people on board.
Development is fully fleshed looking like as we move into Alpha 1 and Alpha 2. And for those of you who maybe haven't been with us the entire time, we did announce last month that we are going to be moving into Alpha 2 in 2024. So we have announced that.
Oh boy.
Probably in our next stream, we'll talk a little bit more about quarter. And then later on, we'll talk a little bit more about like hard dates. So kind of keep that in mind. We will share information with you. We just want to make sure we have dates that we're confident we can hit for you all.
Yeah, I would say, just to add on to that a little bit, look, it is a journey. It is a journey to make this game. And it is a massive game. It's an ambitious game. It's a game that's doing certain things that haven't been done before. And because of that particular reason, there's obviously a considerable amount of risk in doing things in a way that haven't been done before. But honestly, that's how
for it, man.
You innovate. That's how
just do it.
You create explosive change within a particular genre. And it should be the desire of every one of us who love MMORPGs to encourage studios and publishers to take risks and to do what
Legs are
hasn't been
stiff.
done
I gotta get up
before.
and walk after
The
this.
world building aspect of Ashes of Creation is one of its greatest appeals and one of its greatest risks. And as Margaret said, we're an independent developer, meaning we don't have a major publisher behind us. We are self-publishing and we are self-developing. And
which
we
comes
have,
with some strengths and some weaknesses, you know.
of course,
we
like
understand
everything.
that.
Yeah,
We
like
don't.
everything, there are strengths and weakness in
Sometimes we
the
don't need
dynamic
this
of any
whole
situation.
shtick
But
again.
you know, the strength that we have in being that self-publisher and that developer is that we get to dictate what we feel is right when it comes to the development of this game. And we're doing that in concert with you guys, the community. And the way we keep those communication channels is through these development updates, is through the forums where we ask you the questions to participate in the discussions. Um, these types of games don't get made quickly. And we have taken a very sustainable growth trajectory as a company so that, you know, when we are looking at our production schedule going forward, we're hiring the right amount of people. We're not over hiring at a time where things are still in the air about how we're going to develop some things.
That's
right?
a good idea.
Now we're a
I'll
little bit
give it
more
to
into that
Steven. He's doing a great
experienced
job
people
leading
hiring,
this
and we've had
company,
a
I
lot of
think.
success there, which is
Now
great.
we're like, oh my gosh, just make all
yeah,
the things.
exactly. But in 2017 and in 2018 and in 2019, you know, a lot of that stuff was still very paper design oriented. And some of those pipelines weren't well established. So we didn't overhire then, even though we had, you know, goals that we wanted to achieve. So with that being said, transparent development process is not for everybody. If you are finding as a community
I
member
guess.
that there is just too much angst to wait for this game, that you know you are becoming you know, kind of impatient with the development process, that's totally fine. That is
Step away.
absolutely fine. Absolutely 100%. Step away, play another game, you know, do
Come
what
back
you
to us
gotta
later
do.
when we're closer to launch, you know.
We will still be here and we will still be constructing something that is what the players want, hopefully. And when we do launch, that's your opportunity to come back and take a look. So just keep that in mind. It's a real based perspective, but I think it is the right one, not just for our game, but for any game.
Yeah, I think sometimes people hype themselves up a little too much, get a little too excited, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just whenever things don't meet your expectations, sometimes it can be rough. But of course, we do want to remind you all that we are going to be streaming more this weekend. If you want to meet more of our developers and come hang out with us while we play games, we're going to be playing on Friday, November 3rd from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., a bunch of virtual games. So come hang out with us and play some games with us, or watch us play games, I should say. Some of them you might be able to battle against us. Could be fun.
And spread the word. Tell your friends.
Yes.
Come join us. Just hang out. You don't have to go. Just come chill with us.
Yeah. And then on Saturday, we're going to be starting our 24-hour live stream, which is more like a 25 due to daylight savings. But it will start from Saturday, November 4th, 10 a.m. Pacific to Sunday, November 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific. So we hope that you'll tune in. We're going to be playing Pathfinder games set in the world of Vera with Veran creatures or characters. So we're going to be toying around with some of the stuff that's in Pathfinder to make it work for us. But we hope that you'll hang out and donate, and you can donate to affect the game as well, which is really cool. And then also we'll be doing a Minecraft part to let our main Pathfinder crew get some sleep. And oh my gosh, have they put some crazy things together for the community building game. It is going to be an insane competition. The world area that they built out is freaking phenomenal with all the mini games. So I really hope that you all will tune in, and you can check everything out at bit.ly/2023 AOC Extra Life. Make sure you keep all of the caps proper there. But we also have the link over on our news page at ashesofcreation.com/news. So you can get all of the information. But if you just pop in and watch over on twitch.tv/ashesofcreation this weekend, we will be sharing tons of information and links for you throughout the time. And with that, I do want to thank you all for tuning in with us, for hanging out. I know it's been a little bit long of a stream. We also want to thank
Caravan video was a little dull in the middle.
Of course,
informational,
for helping us with showcasing this showcase. And Stephen, of course, all of your time and your answers to a million questions. We appreciate it.
Cat freaking out in the background?
And we hope that everyone stays safe and healthy throughout this Halloween weekend. Definitely send us your costume pictures. We want to see them. We love seeing that on social media. And of course, you can follow us on all of the places. We are Ashes of Creation. Super easy to find us. And we do try to post often and interact with everybody as much as possible. The VOD will be up on Twitch for you if you're watching here on Twitch, but we'll also have a 4K version over on our YouTube channel shortly, so stay tuned for that. And if you leave a comment on the development update, so the one labeled October development update, this one, when it goes to YouTube, you could be a possible lucky winner to be spotlighted for a comment. All you need to do is subscribe to our channel and follow us there and leave a comment for that. And with that, we are going to wrap things up. I think Stephen wants to have his helmet on for this part.
It fits pretty decent.
I don't know if he's going to be able to say anything. But we will wrap this up. We hope that we will see you all next month. If we don't see you this weekend,
it's nice to have an interesting developer, at least.
So, kudos, everybody.
Okay.
Can you purchase some kind of form of...
Pause it right there. So anyways, that was pretty informational stream. I'll be honest, kind of boring. Like, I'm really ready to fall asleep here. Sorry, intrepid guys, Margaret and Steven, but sometimes these long ones are just a little rough. Tons of information, but I do appreciate it, but like I said, a little rough. But I don't like how the caravan's starting. How you get a little an item in your inventory, you run out in the world, you find a spot to plop it down. I just want to say, I need a caravan, here's my 2 gold, a timer, like the event can go off in the town saying, hey, there is a caravan being made. 2 minutes later, caravan just pops right out of the front door of the caravan or whatever they're calling it, and you're off to the races. I just think it's a little excessive to, grab the item, go run out, place your thing, and then you're building the caravan out in the middle of nowhere. Isn't that what the caravan building is for? You're building it there? I don't know. That's my nitpick, I guess. But the rest of it seemed pretty solid. I was pretty happy with it. I'm trying to think what else, if there's something else. I do think by the caravan system, by placing it and having to build it out in the middle of nowhere, will open people up for, like, newbies. What just happened to my video? That's so weird. My computer's all messed up. I gotta refix something. But anyways, it's so I don't know, like Chew Toy said in chat way earlier, like the newbies are going to get beat up in the game. They're going to get beat up when you're planting your caravan and starting it out, and you got a 2-minute timer, and if you don't buff it, it sounds like it's going to be like a 5-6 minute timer to build it. I just foresee them here. It's just not going to be good. And you're going to have like a guild form up. Say there's like a guild in the note, and it's their kind of dominant guild. So you're going to have guildies just hanging out on off hours. You see an announcement for a caravan being made somewhere out there. You're just going to go scatter, right? You're going to find it, and then while this kid's just sitting there waiting, all right, let's get my caravan going. Yay, it's going to be fun. I got me and my best buddy. We're going to go. And then an entire guild comes up, and they're going to be like, hey, kid, sorry. And they're just going to pop you over the head, take your stuff. But if the caravan spawns instantly and then the announcement goes out, at least you can get your caravan moving down the road at something. Just rolling down the road, at least that people are going to have to go chase you further than just like a circle around the note. is that, you know, the nodes are now pretty decent in size, but you go out to the edge of the node circle and just round it with your horse, or maybe you have two people, you'll find it right away. But if you don't get the message that there's a caravan until you're already on it, driving it, you could be down a road already. Hopefully you've got the speed boost, and then you can go and, you know, dip down a corner and hide for a little bit or something like that. I don't know. That's my take on it. We'll see what happens in the end. But I'm going to end it there. I appreciate everyone for watching. I got a decent amount of likes, decent amount of views on YouTube. I think a couple people on Facebook, Twitch, all the fun stuff. I do appreciate it. You can go find me at squeetee.com, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. 99.9% of my stuff is on YouTube. I stream to Twitch and Facebook, but I really only just throw my stuff up on YouTube. And I'm a busy guy. I'm not on the social media throwing all this stuff left and right to get, like, my name out there. But the way I'm going to try to make some money off of this business, because ads probably suck a lot for YouTube, is I'm selling stickers. So if you're a fan of Gundam or anything like that, I got, go to squeetee.com, hit shop. You'll find all my little stickers I put together. You know, the game Gundam Evolution is about to close at the end of the month. So I made a couple memorable stickers for it. Actually, I made about 42 different versions of stickers. Here's just a couple more. They're all holographic. There's 3 inches on the biggest dimension size. I put together some mouse pads as well with some cool figure action on it, Gundam related, and then I made some flags I had designed. I have all this stuff. Go on the website, order. I'll ship it right out to you. I'm doing all the packaging, everything myself, all the advertising myself. I'm a one-man army. Well, actually, let me back up. My son likes to package them, so he'll package them. And so I'm a 1.5-man army. But yeah, so if you want to check it out, find something. I think they're cool. They're super unique because I've made so many variations and cool stuff, and I have an idea for more designs and stuff I'm going to use. A lot more, actually. I might get like 30 more stickers I'm going to have made. I've been mass producing them, so if you need them, let me know. I've been getting a couple good sales. I'm also on Etsy, but Etsy's kind of annoying. They take a lot of fees for no reason. Like, there's a listing fee, and then there's a transaction fee, which is fine because it's a credit card transaction. But then there's a sale fee, and then a shipping fee, even though you're making a label through, like, U.S. Postal. I don't get it. Square has, like, one fee, and that's for a credit card transaction. That's it. It's stupid. So, like, I sold 2 stickers the other day, and due to all the fees and stuff, it was like I sold 1 sticker. It was stupid. Oh, and then they forced ads on me, too. So I had, like, an ad that basically wiped out all my profit. One of my purchases, which I was like, what the hell? It was like 87 cents. Stupid. So go to square.com, or I should say, go to my website, squeetee.com, go to the shop. You'll go to square.com's my shop there, and you can grab stickers or mouse pads. The mouse pads are like this big, 32 inches wide, 12 tall, and big 5x3 flags, 5 feet by 3 feet flags. Pretty cool stuff. I got more flags I got to put up on my sites because I haven't had nice pictures taken yet, so I did not want to upload them yet. What else? I think that's it, guys. I appreciate you all watching again, and I'll catch you all next time. Have a good one.